What's going on, y'all? Real Rush Entertainment here, and today I'm doing something a little different. I'm gonna make this to a whole series too, but today I'm telling you guys about the story about how I got into PC gaming. So, quick little background, like just me, who I am, where I come from, and stuff. So, me, I was born in the States, but my older brother, my mom, my dad are all from Liberia. Now, for those who don't know, Liberia is a small West African country, and they immigrated before I was born. So I was born in the States. Like my brother, my mom, my dad, like they're all from Liberia, but I was born in the States. So growing up, I was always into gaming and sports, but gaming was something I did in my downtime when I wasn't at like swim practice or whatever sport I was playing at the time. And I remember the first console I had, I think was the Game Boy. I remember playing Sonic Advance, Mario Brothers, and then I went to Nintendo DS where I like played Mario Kart, and then eventually got a Wii U. And then fast forward to when I'm in middle school, the PlayStation 4 comes out. And I didn't know too much about like PC gaming, but it was around this time. I think the PS4, it was just before the PS4 came out. Like I think PS4 came out 2014, 2013? Can't remember when. But it was just around that time that Battlefield 3 came out. And unfortunately, like my dad, he passed away when I was like super young, so I never really knew him. But my brother kind of stepped in, was kind of like that, father figure to me. And for some reason, he did not want me playing. I mean, he was trying to be a good, good older brother. He didn't want me playing like rated M games until I was like 15 or 16, like in high school at least. But my mom really didn't care. As long as my grades were good and I wasn't like acting up, like she really did not care. So I remember Battlefield 3 came out, and in my naive mind, all I saw from like the advertisements on the TV and everything, that Battlefield would just run better and look amazing on PC. Like, you gotta play it on PC to really, capture this Frostbite engine. Mind you, I had no clue anything these mean. All I knew was that if I run the game on PC, it's gonna look better, it's gonna play better, just graphics gonna be insane. So, I'm looking at this game, like gameplay on YouTube and whatnot, and I'm like, yo, I gotta get this game. So I asked my mom for it, and she was like, you keep your grades up, the next report card you get all A's, I will take money out of my next paycheck so I can get it for you. So I did exactly that. Like I was never really, I don't want to say I was a perfect student, because like I did run my mouth a lot in class. I got pulled out of class a lot in middle school and shit. But I was a kid where like the work, school was never hard for me. So like, if I finished the assignment, I was gonna talk to my friends and I would like distract people and shit. So that was I'm glad like none of my teachers gave me like an unsatisfactory whatever. But my grades have always been good. So that was like light work to me. So next, report card comes out, my mom's like, okay, we'll get it. So we go to Target and get the PC disc for it, right? Because at this time, I didn't know what Steam. I don't even know if Steam was probably out, but I just like had no recollection. Remember, like all I ever knew was this console. So we get the PC disc for it. That way I could play it at my mom's house, and my brother wouldn't know about it. But because all my gaming systems and stuff were at my brother's crib, and he lived closer to my school, and pretty much like on the weekends, and actually no, like, on the weekends I would stay with my brother. And during the week, my mom would take me to school and stuff like that. So pretty much I got the PC because one, I knew it was gonna look better on PC, and two, I didn't want my brother like controlling how much time I had on the game. So what I did was we got the game, and mind you, my mom, like the only computers we had in our house was like an old, like crazy old desktop that had Windows like Vista or like XP on it, and then she had like a Windows Vista like laptop for college. So we get the game, and I boot it up. I put in my mom's laptop because like her laptop was a little bit newer than the desktop we had. So I was thinking, this is probably gonna run better. I wait 2 days for that game to install because I'm still like in middle school. I still got a curfew and stuff. I get to, or not a curfew, but a bedtime, and like it says it take like 15 hours to install. Now normally, like I understand the game is big, but like any person who knows anything about like gaming and hardware and stuff knows it should never take 15 hours for someone to install. But me, I want to play this game, so I waited 2 days. Like at school, that was all I could think about. Man, I'm about to play Battlefield 3. I was telling my friends and shit. So when the game finally installs, like you have to launch it through Origin, and then I had to make an account and all this other stuff. I've launched the game, and you guys probably know what happens next, bro. It was on a Windows Vista laptop. That shit crashed without even loading anything. Like just crashed immediately. And I'm sitting there like, oh my god, bro. Like, I waited so long for this game. My mom took out money for a paycheck, bro. I was so fucking pissed. But like, honestly, bro, like what I expect, it was a fucking Windows laptop. So fortunately for me, my mom, this guy is now my stepdad. My mom was dating a guy, and like I used to always hang out with his son too. And his son was a little bit older than me and was into PC gaming. And his dad actually explained to me, because like he came over one time, my stepdad, or before then, my mom's boyfriend at the time, like he came by, he told me, he's like, you know, like you have to have like certain like specifications and hardware to actually like run games that require graphics. You can't just run it on any old computer. So what he did was, his son, now my stepbrother, he gave me like one of his old PCs that like it didn't have a card in it at the time, but it ran just enough to where I could upgrade it if I wanted to, and it could run Battlefield. And that's when I started doing a deep dive, because he taught me, like he showed me how to build a computer, the different parts, like literally from scratch. Like we had a case, we had the motherboard, and we started just plugging stuff in. I was like, oh, this is really not that hard. The hardest part about PC gaming is just like getting the money to get the hardware that you want. That's really, honestly and truthfully, like the hardest thing about it. But it literally is just a game of, not even a game, it's just like figuring out where stuff is supposed to be plugged in on the motherboard, making sure your graphics card has enough, like the power supply is strong enough to get the graphics card you want, making sure your CPU is in the right place and doesn't bottleneck your computer. But like for the most part, it's just about figuring out which parts go with which parts go with what, and making sure your power supply is strong enough to like power all these, mainly your graphics card. And that's pretty much it. So once I learned that, I started I think it was in high school, I started working as a lifeguard, and I would save money. I remember I blew one of my paychecks and I just got like a 1070 Ti, and up until like a few months ago, that's all I had. But yeah, that's pretty much the story about how I got into PC gaming, bro. I had no idea that you needed to. I really tried running Battlefield 3 on a Windows Vista. Like, I mean, this laptop was thick as fuck, bro. Like, I really tried running that game on that, but it turned out to be a good thing, because it actually like led to me, you know, asking my one of my friends, like my now stepdad's son, now my brother, about all the shit that like you need to, you know, build a computer. But yeah, let me know if you guys like this video. I just thought it'd be cool to share. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Y'all have a blessed day. Peace.